Welcome to the Crypto Kingdom and Bitcoin Spike. We have a very exciting, quick live stream going to come to you with some information right now. This is London, former financial professional. And guys, not financial advice, but let's check out this price action on Bitcoin. Very nice move amidst a down market in the equities today, up 9.35% to 41,215. In terms of this move, I'm excited to let you know our VIP caught it in the back. I'm really excited about that. We try and catch all of the primary moves of Bitcoin in terms of the tops, the bottoms, etc. If you guys are just joining in, please go ahead and hit that like button. I'd appreciate that very much. Just smash that like button. In terms of this specific move in the back, I let the VIP know. So just so you guys know, on the candle wicks, here it was last night before the breakout as we had recovered. I streamed last night amidst this recovery in terms of the price action and just said here, please note bull flag on the wicks. And who was there? Luke was there in the back. Number one VIP in the back. Very, very exciting to see that we caught another primary move in the market on Bitcoin. Let's dig into the details here for a little bit in terms of you guys. I want to hear that you're doing well. Smash the like button. That's important for me. There's 4 of you right now. YouTube is very selective. It says exclusive on the top. If you don't like it, you guys go find a place you like. Okay, that's real easy. This is our own time we spend with you. Okay, and I know it's your own time you spend with me as well. So it needs to be kind of a good thing for everybody, guys. Okay, in terms of this specific move, I identified this with a VIP. Let's dig into the details. I want to make sure I get a nice, let me go ahead and get something to Angel, make sure that he knows that we are live streaming. I'm not sure what he's doing with his trades. I cannot wait to hear how his trades are going. I know he slammed into Luna, etc. That's just off the cuff, but everybody knows that. As we would talk about, let me get this link out to people. Then we'll talk about the upside targets, kind of I'd say the current level of resistance that we're at. Just a classic bull flag feature, though. First of all, nice move to the upside. Now we have complementary bullish patterns ongoing right now. It's important that you pay attention. There are complementary bullish patterns ongoing right now. In addition to the bull flag, you guys know that we would expect the upside target to be, and let me measure this out just as specifically as I can, but this specific move to the upside, we would expect a move to about 43,700. 43,700. We have a constriction along the top. I want you to pay attention. We have a constriction along the top. So I want to talk about that specific level. We may also get into, let's just see if we can find where we're currently hitched at right now. We can get into those details essentially in terms of those lines of resistance, where we are, etc. Would like you guys just to shout out in the chats. Let me know. I appreciate that and the likes. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys are trading. If you are, if you caught our 50% pickup, etc., just the price target. It's always, guys, it's buy at support, sell at resistance, trade your patterns, bull flag, and hit your targets. The target earlier this week was that 50% retracement. Just right on the dot. We live stream through it. Not an all-in moment, right? Always with backup, a heavy backup, reserve capital, right? That's the idea, to keep yourself in the game. It's been a long 100 days plus in terms of the retracement. But looking at this move from that pick up at the 50%, guys, very nice move. 20% preceding move. We had the low target. When I say target, guys, that's a pick up. That is an entry into the market, either through a limit order set or an actual you hitting the button. Angel knows all about that. I want to shout out to Angel, number one contributor and just, guys, the strongest trader in crypto that you're going to find. He is top shelf VIP. He is the numero uno around here. So I'm excited to hear about how his trades are going. I know they're going great as usual. As we would talk about this preceding line here, what we're heading up to, prior support, this resistance, failed attempted support. If we can get back up to that line, it looks like it's in play right now. So let me go ahead and let's go ahead, and I don't want to be too I don't want to be down on a big up day, but you guys know the take is what it's all about. As we discuss reestablishing a trend, if we want to discuss reestablishing a trend to the upside, you guys have been paying attention and you know what that's going to require on the different time frames, etc. We're going to have to flip those EMAs and maintain them as support instead of resistance. I will go through that in depth in just about 2 seconds. Let me line out this specific red line function here. In terms of that specific line, we will remind ourselves exactly what that line is. Let's go through. Let me just lock down that line of resistance real quickly. Essentially, it's a prior support as you guys look at the Let's look at the daily support in and around October 2020, 10,000. Support July 2021, and at around that 29,000, right? 29,750. Boom. Support. 2, prior resistance, essentially. Frustrated. Attempted to regain support here, and then, yes, we poured down there. So it looks like with this bull flag move right now, if I just leave the target up, you guys, I drew this out because if I just leave that target up, looks like we're headed straight into that preceding line. I'm going to call it a cross trend line right now because it has the dynamic of support, failed support rather, pardon me, and then this I'd say the frustration, which will count as a resistance. So this is a major level for you to keep your eye on, whether or not you're just trading Bitcoin or whether or not you are trading also your altcoins, etc. So you know that Bitcoin has proven that if you choose too many altcoins, you're going to be looking at Bitcoin like, darn it, I should have been on that move, right? So we're excited to be able to bring you guys some of the top shelf TA in the market. So as we would look at the lower time frames, just expressing this on the candle wicks, required the candle wicks. I discussed the fact that we have complementary patterns right now. Okay, we have complementary bullish patterns in play. Yes, we have the specified bull flag. Okay, that's a bullish pattern, right? In terms of that, no one's going to argue with us, right? That's very clear. The other pattern that we have in play is the inverse head and shoulders. Okay, so to the extent that we have just accomplished a breakout of a specific, and we'll get up to the detail of this. Let's get up into this specific line. We'll have to decide on the candle wicks versus the actual lines. Please pay attention. Okay, please pay attention, guys. You're going to have to decide this specific move here, this inverse head and shoulders, which we discussed last several days, trying to get up and out of this move. Great rebound, by the way. Good job, bulls. Way to step into the market. Buyers, just every indication was that buyers were in the market. We had this flat top line of resistance, just perfectly respected. If you guys dug in at all to the stream last night, you know that we had that beautiful flat top line of resistance. Why are those important? Because we can formulate therefrom not a double top all the time, but it's a requirement for an ascending triangle. Okay, it's a requirement for any ascending triangle that we have a flat top resistance. So we're always looking for that flat top resistance. We had one indicated on the candle wicks, which was very important. Extremely important in terms of the assessment that, yes, buyers were in the market. I repeated that multiple times in terms of the just the outlook of what we were looking at, that, yes, the buyers were in the market. So I know there's some worldwide events ongoing, but it's nice to see Bitcoin pull up and be that premier asset that we know that it is in this kind of in this time of uncertainty. So the point here is, yes, we have the flat top resistance potential, okay, the potential for ascending triangle with a current confirmation ongoing. All right, that's a complementary pattern with the bull flag because, and that's that run to the upside with the downward sloping channel, is a complementary pattern because it's also very bullish. So we have, I'd say, really 3 patterns right now that we're looking at that are all bullish. You guys take your pick, but this is why I need you to pay attention. We have the ascending triangle indicated. Okay, indicated by the hits on the candle wicks. Make sure you draw out the candle wicks. Find that flat top resistant on the candle wicks, all right? On the candle wicks, hit here, hit preceding here. Okay, then another hit, I say 2 hits along the top line of resistance. Then we have trajected up and through. On the basis of the ascending triangle alone, we may expect a confirmation. Okay, this is where things get a little bit complicated. We may expect a confirmation onto that preceding line of resistance to confirm it as support at that 40,537 thereabouts, guys. So we may expect a confirmation there. That would be a detail that individuals who were just trading the bull flag, will omit because they are already up and out of a pattern, the bull flag, which we found in the back, guys. Just wanted to let you know, again, congrats to the VIP, our top level of membership. And I just have to let you know, Angel Matos is in the house. What is up, Angel? Brother, I just saw you on the side screen. I've been focusing on these technicals, so exciting to see you. Hello, VIPs. Hello. Good afternoon, London. Hey, good afternoon. We have to say, good afternoon, Angel. So great to have you in the VIP chat today. There we go. I need to get that into that stream chat. That is just awesome. Wanted to point out this specific bull flag. Please note bull flag on the wicks. I also said this to Angel. Angel, brother, so glad I said that to you last night. Have we missed one? I don't think so, guys. In terms of the overall entirety of the bull moves, I don't think we've missed one, and it's been a while in terms of that. We're just very on, and Angel knows it's an around-the-clock shop is the way that you catch them. If you're not catching them at all, guys, like at all, you probably catch a half to a third of them. But if you're trying to catch all of them, it's just an around-the-clock type shop, I would say. So let's see here. What do we got in terms of these chats? Just want to go through here. Boom. Nice to see Angel, brother. We're so excited to have you in the framework. I'm just excited to be able to chat with you. We were on the phone SMSing me a little bit, and I just thought, well, maybe I'll just stream, and you and I can chat on with the technicals, etc., for a bit. I think that's good, as well as any VIPs who are able to focus on the market right now. So that's a good thing. So in terms of this specific framework of the specified bull flag, right, that we caught in the back, we're going to talk about buyers on the bull flag are already up and out. The traders of the bull flag are up and out. The traders of the specific, let's say the indicated or implied, directly indicated level of top resistance, ascending line of support, with buyers just stepping in, right? They may be looking for a confirmation here. Orders are at this level. What I'll tell you is this. In terms of how this will play, people want to know, is it going to go there or not? I'll tell you guys, there are orders right now for Bitcoin. I'm going to tell you, in the market, people have orders, sub 30,000. Will they get picked up? I'm not going to say whether or not they are, but there are still orders. People have cash literally parked with orders on hand, okay? That's the function of the market. So we can deal with the probabilities and expectations of hitting back along prior resistance here. The point is, there are orders here. I'm going to tell you guys, there are orders here. So people looking for value, even if immediately, i.e. right now, will park orders right here. Will you get picked up? We would dig into the lower time frames to take a look at what's going on with the price action, which we'll do in 1 second. So we have this kind of, we would call it kind of the trifecta. Let's see. Let me see what we have in here. Moving on a parallel downward channel. On a day time frame, it is moving in a parallel downward channel. Yes, it is in fact. Yes, it is in fact. We are aware of that. We invite you to be a member with our VIP or base camp as a top level of membership for the price of a pack of gum or $100 a month. You guys can be in the back in terms of our top traders. We have Luke back there this morning saying good morning to people, and we just have a good, real tight group, kind of an exclusive VIP exclusive club. That's just kind of what we are in terms of the trade tactic, etc., and the know-how that we put into the market, and years of experience with Angel being around and invested in Bitcoin since $7.79. So, looking at this specific moment here, let's just refresh, and we got to talk about Luna just a second. Luna is 17% to the upside. Rose is up 16.35% to the upside. Very nice. Luna and Rose just really just taking it to the market. Atom, Cosmo's up 10%. Nice to have a good day, isn't it, guys? Nice to have some profits. Luna has done real well. Let's just take a look at the Luna chart. Just really, really strong. Luna has just contacted, just so we know, Luna has just contacted on the specific extensions, just contacted the golden pocket, that in terms of the extensions, right up to that $85.17. Anyone who got that 50% retracement thereabout, you guys are clear up to about 87%. It's taken a few days, kind of reminiscent of the move that Sheeb had. If you guys traded and capitalized on Sheep. So about 30 days since the pickup to achieve 87%. So that is crypto, guys. It takes a while to stay in your trades. Don't let it cement your hands away from hitting that button, is what I'll tell you guys. In terms of that, always be prepared to evaluate your cash position. Just not financial advice, just speaking from the heart. Hope you guys are taking those profits. Very, very, very important. So, yes, in terms of let's see, I'll remove that comment in the back, just free up some room for Angel. Angel, we'd love to hear what you have to say in terms of the market right now, what your outlook is. Very important for us. I want to talk about, it's very important for the market. I'm pleased to be able to provide the venue that can take place in terms of your expression to the market. It's critical to me, and it's critical to the market, brother. I want you to know that. So, as we would look at the specific The third pattern, we have what, guys? We have the bull flag, right? First pattern on the candle wicks, clearly indicated, brought it in the back, right? Copy that, boom. The secondary pattern we have indicated is, and let's move the bull flag. I'll reframe this bull flag so that we can understand a little bit better what we have going on. Let's see what we got here. And let's see this specific bull flag. Okay, so we have pattern 1, pattern 2, and pattern 3. Pattern 1, bull flag, bam. Pattern 2, we have the ascending triangle. Okay, second pattern. Then pattern 3 is the inverse head and shoulders. Pattern 3. So we are looking at a triple, kind of the trifecta, as we like to call it around here. We have a triple indicated bullish expression. Very nicely done. It's indicative of the market right now. To the extent that this is a bottom in the market, we will know one thing. We have walked through the technicals on a triple indication in terms of we have 3 overlaying patterns right now. 3 overlaying patterns which are all bullish in nature. That's a big deal. It's not very frequently that you can sit and say that about any real technicals that are going on, and that's the real deal. So we'll talk about the inverse head and shoulders right now. So dealing into, he says, Angel saying, and a lot of the VIPs will have to watch this a little later, take a cut from work. I know Luke is probably out blowing things up in a minefield right now, literally. So as we would look at this mining field, VIPs, we're feeling a bit under the weather. Just remember, no fear here. London, power. All right. Outlook is bull, says Angel. Very, very nice. Appreciate that. And yeah, we're hoping that you got to feel better, huh? Got to get feeling 100%, without a doubt. Got to get feeling 100%. Angel, sorry you're not feeling good still. If that's still kind of sometimes those colds throughout the winter, they last a little bit with the actual cold. So maybe you'll get some warm weather soon. I hope maybe that'll help things out in terms of that cold kind of northeastern weather. It's cold. So I remember when I was in Cambridge for Harvard Business School. It's just it's cold up there. It's pretty cold. So I'm not envious or jealous of the weather, but I just do want you to feel better. Absolutely. So looking at this third pattern, the third pattern here, this inverse head and shoulders. Very nice conformance to the technical requirements. Some people may want to push this specific line over here. Not going to happen. You need to set that left shoulder right in this area. On the hourly, you'll be able to clearly see the expression there on the hourly in terms of that. Now, we can, just to tell you guys a tactic, one of the tactics that I would use, if you're ever stuck at a spot, if you ever get a pause or a break in the action, and please listen to this. Listen to this, please. If you're trying to find a nice trend line, if you're trying to discover something on your charts, take your trend line, okay? Click it. Start drawing, okay? I'm being as serious as I possibly can be. Take your trend line and start drawing to the framework of what is around you. A lot of times you will discover something in terms of a cross-trend line instead of having to read through all of the price action and be an expert TA 100% and find the line, right? Find the line of the support, resistance to attempted support to the resistance. Right, as we would talk about specifically this primary line that we have along the dissension here, which over the last 100+ days has really frustrated. You know, one of the ways that you can find trend lines is and determine whether or not you're along any line of resistance is to choose the current point of frustration where it is parked and draw to see whether or not you're going to come into contact with any specific line. All right. Now, I just did this right here. You guys know that we've covered this specific line multiple times, right? Now, from a trading standpoint, okay, and that's a big tip. If you guys just picked up on that, okay, it seems really natural, right? It's not that big of it's not that complicated, but it will reap benefits in your trade game. I'm always trying to up your trade game in terms of 2022. I expect to, I hope to be able to do that to the full extent possible. I'll just say that. I really hope to be able to do that to the full extent possible. We've had some recent VIPs who are no longer with us. I wish them all the best. To the extent that some of their intentions weren't the greatest to start with, it's a little unfortunate. People who may have wanted to steal the know-how or pass it off on their own, etc. It's a little bit unfortunate, guys, and it's a little bit, I'd say it's not humiliating for me. It's a compliment to me that my tactics would be shared, but sold off or pawned off as someone else's. That's just humiliating in the wrong direction. Okay, so when I encounter things like that in terms of the overall, I'd say 2022, I just want to get past those things. But it's just, it's like people are willing to pay $100 a month to exploit somebody's know-how and to pass it off on their own, but are they willing to do it and actually endeavor to better their trade game? And I just don't know. I just hope there are enough real players in the market. I'm going to say that I hope there are enough real players in the crypto market to really allow and facilitate my doing this throughout 2022. One real player on top, Angel Matos, period. But to the extent that and we have some other real players, we've got some real traders in the back right now. So that's just me being honest with you guys. As I look at 2022, and that's fair enough. This is not this isn't. It's not supposed to be necessarily a professional crowd. It's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be. Button up your suit and tie. It's supposed to be crypto. But we just want the highest caliber of people, and to the extent it's a smaller crowd, it's a smaller crowd. It just is. So we can run off of the energy of the market without a doubt, and we'll see what the energy of the market decides to bring us. But I just wanted to bring us some quality people, and if it's a few quality people, hey, it's a few quality people, but it still needs to facilitate my being able to do this in 2022. You guys have to understand that I still need to be facilitated in terms of my spending time doing this, right? So I just bring that to you guys with the heartfelt understanding that is just the way that 2022 is going to be. I'm willing to build it. I just want us to find some good guys, man. Find some good guys who aren't just running around for the wrong reasons at crypto. Like, can anybody book a trade? I can bring 15 trades a week. Can anybody book a trade? Can anybody pick up a live 50% retracement? Can anyone hit my first target? It's like, can anybody do it? I want that to be the measurable experience here, that people are making money. And if they can't hit a target, they're not making money. If they can't trade a pattern, they're not making money. If they can't pay attention, they're not making money. If they're paying attention to other people, in my experience, it's going to cost them money. Angel and I chit-chat back and forth. He'll show me an opinion, like on DOT, for instance. He brings me an opinion on DOT of someone just going, sheerly bullish earlier on. I'm like, no. That would have cost severe amounts of cash in terms of that. And not that everyone's right all the time, but we spend a lot of time trying to be accurate. So it's important to me that he's real big on not shopping out TA, because he knows that. And he sees the same guys flip-flop every single day and come up with a different idea. Costs a lot of people a lot of money. That's not the idea. Making people a lot of money is the idea. So what do we got here in terms of thank you, Angel. Appreciate that. Thank you, Angel. And Angel is just a classic example, because he's been in the space for 10 years. He's seen the caliber and level of probably participants and traders. Right, in terms of that, he's seen the traders, he's seen the TA guys, he's seen all of this, and I know he hasn't decided to be a part of any group like this, so it speaks volumes in terms of the amount of I'd say respect that he has for the group. For me, I appreciate that so much. I can't thank you enough. As we're looking at this, I don't want to get too far away from the technicals, but that's just the truth, and I really appreciate that level of respect. And it would be nice to feature some trades in 2022. It'd be nice to feature some trades in 2022. That's what the market is about, and we want to be able to feature some trades in 2022 to the level of success that we're having on calls like DOT or something like that, wherein we're accurately targeting, or like for instance on Luna with a great low side target, etc. We want to be able to feature some of those trades in 2022, and I think that's a fair expectation that we should be able to do that. And I think in some contexts, certainly we'll be able to do that in 2022. It just makes too much sense if we're facilitating and plugging in, hammering away, and creating wealth. We need to be featuring some trades. So that in 2022, that's the kind request hereby put forth to the entire VIP, not just Angel, but to the entire VIP, is that be facilitated to the extent that you guys are capable of hitting your targets. And what is it? It's buy at support, sell at resistance, it's trade your patterns, and hit your targets. We have to hit our targets. Let's look at this kind of trick up the sleeve a little bit. You guys want a little bit of a trick up the sleeve in terms of the market. This will yield some. Let's see. Yeah, average crypto investors and traders are 23 to 28 years old. Absolutely, 100%. You cannot say that enough, and you know that right. You know this, huh? I mean, it's 90%, literally. And it's nothing bad. There's nothing bad about that. It's just that it's a different dynamic, And oddly enough, let's get through this trick up the sleeve. I want to show you guys a trick up the sleeve right now. The thing is, I got a lot of these. You guys don't know that. It's like I want to do this all. I really want to have a good 2022. And just want to say, in terms of that, the comments are restricted for base camp members. You've received an invitation to join our base camp. We'd love you to join our base camp. Absolutely, without a doubt. Please join our base camp. That's the price of a pack of gum, guys. Just join our base camp, and then we'll open up the chat to you without a doubt. Just join that base camp. Let us know you belong here. We'd love to have you in base camp, brother. We would love to have you in base camp. It's just hit the join button on your desktop computer, and that'll open up the gateways. If you want to join VIP, that'd be great as well. Top level of membership in the back. VIP caught this specific bull flag move today. Very nice. So in terms of this trick up the sleeve, and this would be one thing. It's like most people might think, well, I'm gonna stay around until I have enough tricks up the sleeve. Like, man, you don't get it, man. I've been doing this since I was 16 years old with a New York Institute of Finance book in my hand. So there's some different tricks up the sleeve you meet by meeting some other people with tricks up their sleeves. So this is one of them. Let's talk about this in terms of this. Okay. Thanks, London. Quick on the trigger. Yeah, you got it. Absolutely. No problem. We'll just, keeping this place exclusive is part of the fun, and it's just, it's part of the requirement. I want to get that bull out. We got that bull on standby. See, some of those things like the bull, the Bitcoin bull, the rocket, the this and that, some people aren't going to get it. They don't need to get it. They're never going to get it, and that's okay. Look at this trick up the sleeve, okay? Pay attention. Anytime you're stalled on price, anytime you're approaching a target, okay, that's the second part of the trick up the sleeve, okay? Anytime you're approaching a target, you guys hear that? Okay? Anytime you're approaching a target, all right? What does that mean? Anytime you're coming up on something that has been fashioned as your destination, your ultimate target, not just where you are right now, but where you're heading, okay? Now, not to overly complicate this at all, but in terms of this trick that will yield some, at least yield some progress for you all. Look at this specific line right here where we're kind of hitched right now in terms of the price action. Kind of temporarily stopped. 9.6, if you want to call 10% temporarily stopped. But we're going to go through this. Click on the actual price line. You got it? You clicked on the price line. Now find yourself a specific trend line. Okay? Okay. Draw until you find a potential cross-trend line. Draw through the price action until something starts to really evidence itself as, yeah, okay, is it here? Is it here? You see, with the resistance to the support, to the resistance to the support, okay? Use this as you detail out your trade game, all right? It will be beneficial to you as you not only do it with the current price action. You say, well, what is that? You're just drawing lines. So these are cross-trend lines. These are enforceable levels of prior support, resistance, support that the market has found enforceable thus far. So it is not just a game with a line and a click and a no, guys, it's cash. you do this right, is cash. Okay, so to the extent that you're able to just, and it's real easy. I talk about it in a twofold capacity. We'll get back to the 1, 2, 3. Okay, in terms of the bull flag, which we caught in the back, the ascending triangle, which we discussed last night, and the inverse head and shoulders, which we clearly discussed last night. All three going on right now, but you're parked. Okay, you're parked right now. Let me go ahead and you guys know this specific line has been so well enforced. Support, support, resistance, attempted support, failure. Resistance, attempted support, all right, failure. Resistance, bull flag. We caught this in the back. Congrats to the VIP, congrats to Angel, etc. Got that to everybody last night. Also, Luna had a bull flag. Caught that as well. Very nice. As we would talk about the technique now in terms of upping your trade game in 2022. All right, this is what VIP is all about. Okay, drawing a trend line here and exploring where you might have some interaction. Okay, I see it cuts through here, support. I see it cuts through here, resistance. It cuts through here as well, support. It cuts through here as well, resistance. So that's the first job in terms of finding this ahead of time. If you find this ahead of time, you're projecting to where a target is, to where you're ultimately headed on the price action. You guys see? We got a bull flag. Okay, great. The bull flag has what? It has an upside target. Okay? A lot of times a flag or a target, let's just say any upside target, any completion move will either be or it will be on top of or below, essentially before or underneath or above a different line of resistance, cross-trend line of resistance, or just flat resistance. It doesn't have to be a cross-trend line. The reason I bring these up is because in terms of your take, Bitcoin has enough volatility that, yes, we have, it's easy to say, well, we picked up at the 50%, right? We picked up at that 50%. And what happened? Well, you guys made some money if you're still in that trade. If you hit the first target here, well, the low target in the business, guys, in the business, live, lowest target here, 33,000, say 33.5, bam, 33.7, boom, 35%. This one, boom. What do you up here? We stream live on this. You just got to hit the button, and you got to pay attention. 22% thus far. So it's easy if you have a low position now and you're just watching and, well, okay, great, that's fine, good. Let's let this keep going. But if you want to capture more than the 20%, and some of this will depend on leverage, some of it not. If you want to capture more and not have to, let's say, endure a drop of 10%. So to some extent, and this is how Luna was as well, to some extent, like Luna had a 10%, 8 to 10% drop before it started getting it would get going again. Now, if you play kind of a 5% plus rule on your trades, you can kind of get to where you can, and I'd say on leverage or any ETF, you're going to be looking at, you're going to need to clear like 5 to maybe 8. I'll give you on a decent size entry. I think that's fair. So 5 to 8. When you're pushing into straight up options, things change. When you're pushing into straight up options, things change. Perpetual marketing, they change a lot. Okay, so those standards really don't apply the same as they do on ETFs. More tricks up the sleeve in terms of that, absolutely. In terms of options versus ETFs versus et cetera, et cetera. But there's a reason I point out a 5% or an 8% drop on Bitcoin. Hugely important. Huge money. Big short. Huge short. Okay, in the standard perpetuals market. So let's look at the detail here in terms of framing this again. And let's dig into the 5-minute real quickly so we can look at what is going on. Looks like we've got just some more bullish price action. Okay, in terms of the framework, we're still short of the bull flag target here. Let's just look on the candle wicks. Let's just look here. We would expect, we want this to get up to, we want it to get up to a nice 42,776. That's the most bullish, I'd say the most bullish interpretation of that from the peak to peak. Now, in terms of the lower side target, let's just go to the lower side target. Let's get as conservative as we can. Still at the 42, let's say $42,000 range, 42,583. Now, I've just gone through kind of this trick up the sleeve because I want you guys to understand, like, how would you find this? I mean, you know, I know if you just look at the chart, sometimes you say, well, how am I supposed to find that line, man? That's a big line to determine the support to resistance, to failed support, resistance, okay, to, and I almost went to another line. There we go. Let me move this down. To attempted and failed support, to prior resistance, to the bull flag, to the ascending triangle, to the inverted head and shoulders. So I show you guys that technique because you're going to use it. Watch you go use it. You're going to use it today, okay? You guys are going to use it today. You're going to click on a trend line. I know you, if you already haven't done it right now, you're going to start clicking on something and you're going to start drawing to where it does make sense. People just don't use that. They don't think of doing that. It's like I said, just kind of a trick up the sleeve. It's something that you guys can up your trade game with. It's just technical, right? In terms of finding this next level. Now that's part of the equation. Okay, that's just part of the equation. As we would look at, you know, what line are we currently operating at or above? Okay, this preceding level of resistance to support. Okay, to resistance to, here we go again. This same support. Right, what does it do if we just, let me go ahead and lighten this up just a bit here. Let me lock this line down, lock it down, boom, lock, okay? Right hand, you thin something out on your trading view, lock it down, boom, right click and lock it. So as we would look at the expression kind of ongoing here with what that trend line means to us, what is, you know, is that even significant right now? Well, we'll get it. Let's dig into the lower time frame. How is it being respected thus far? Well, it's very close to just a nice confirmation off of it, right? There's a power through a confirmation up into. I start to think immediately about extensions, right? You guys know how to do your extensions. I mean, everybody, you guys are a gangbuster on extensions, right? Extensions can be applied on any specific time frame, okay? They can be applied on the wicks. They can be applied on the lines. Okay, let's go to the hourly real quickly. So in terms of this specific hit, we have conquered up through the 50%, just real generic application here, real standard application from the low to the high to the low, boom, okay? So as we would look at this, we're above that 50% line. Important, all right? We have trajected up through there. I wanted to see where's the golden pocket? Where's that 61.8 to the 65th? And where I'm getting to right now, where I'm heading, is the question as to whether or not this specific line comes into play. This is a very important line as we would talk about the overall patterning to the upside as you're watching your overall. And we'll discuss the Elliott wave, etc. As I just want you guys to really apply, I'd say, your honed-in VIP TA skills. I want you guys to be able to do all this stuff because I come up with a trend line, something else. It's like, if I can't cut a video, you guys need to be able to. I want you guys screaming, going through those trend lines and just knowing, like, yeah, we could do a video on this one. You know, I want you guys to get, you know, and I know you hit that at some point, like, we could do a video on this one. So in terms of this nice bull flag move to the upside, currently up, what is this, 9.66%, $41,326 over that $40,000 threshold. We'll discuss again here in a bit this ascending triangle framework, what we discussed last night, this inverted head and shoulders. Now, this is the one as we go from the pattern to the cross trend, and maybe it's just, it was a good break. My next instinct was to go to cross trend in addition to the patterning. On the candle wick, and I'll explain why. On the candle wick, we got into, well, we know we have a higher target in terms of that specific, let's just do this. In terms of the specific bull flag, one of the bullish features that we're dealing with, as we would look at this, the seat of the neckline here, I'm going to snap to grid just to make sure here. We snap to grid, boom, neckline, bam, okay? That specific neckline, okay, has a threshold that has not been met yet. As we look at this on the candle wicks, very detailed here, guys. This is extremely detailed stuff. This is not, the majority of the market may be looking at this. Majority of the market may be on the lines. 2022 has been a year in the market for candlesticks. Without a doubt, you have got to check those candlesticks, right? Beautiful inverse head and shoulders on the specific lines on the 1 hourly. Switch it over to the candle wicks. On the candle wicks, we're still contained and are still lacking a breakout to the upside. That's a big deal. So in terms of your threshold, like if you're longing, if you're shorting, like whatever, I'm not going to tell people necessarily I don't tell them when to buy or when to sell. I give them calculated targets. I always give them calculated targets, and it's not me calculating. It's the standards of TA as expressed in the industry. That's what I use. It's not financial advice, but it doesn't involve your finances. It just involves a non-security, which is Bitcoin. So enjoy that as it may ever apply to your finances. If it does, you may have them completely separate. The bank may deal with your finances. I have no idea. That's not my business. So in terms of resistance to support to resistance to failed support, I'm interested in this line right now because we have gotten over this cross trend line, and I want to see how it interacts or interfaces with the kind of this generalized zone that we're in, where we're trying to break out up and above this specific inverse head and shoulders neckline. All right, so it's real easy for me to say this in 2 minutes, and for you to take it, and for you to never go through necessarily on your own and say, okay, well, finding a cross trend line. I can spend hours trying to find a cross trend line. People may say, I can spend hours, I can spend days trying to find a cross trend line, the right one. Just click onto it. Draw in and around the price action. Determine what is significant. What's the level of significance that you have? Also go to those targets. Okay, the upside targets that you have. Draw to those targets as well. Okay, and just exploratory TA, bam. It's methodical. Okay, straight over to whatever lines are indicated right now. Is this a frustrated wedge potentially indicated? As we would look at the potential frustrated kind of wedge in play, would we rather just lift this, kind of the burden of the interpretation there, lift this into kind of this zone here and say that we have a wedge formation that attempted, somewhat recovered, reformulated, okay, and is now in, and this is just one of the diagrams that if you understand the mood of the market, if you understand how to trade, if you trade a lot, moves like this can be really significant. Finding a wedge like this can be really significant. A recapture to push back through to the upside. Something the market's trying to express in terms of the resistance to this, resistance to how we recapture. Like it becomes extremely significant in terms of your trade game. And we're not here just to give quick, easy answers all the time. I want you guys to develop your trade game, your TA, etc. And the best ones always do. I don't have to worry about it. That upsets somebody or someone doesn't want to listen, because the best ones always do. The best ones can't get enough TA. The best ones never back down. They always say more TA. I need to see more TA on that. I need to see more confirmation. I need to know whether or not it's conforming. I don't want the popular answer. I want to know technically what's the current position. Maybe they don't have time. Maybe their time is limited, but they always want that answer. So, how many VIPs picked up BTC at 29 to 30K per previous target and are still holding? How many picked up at the target and traded out? Yeah, great question. That's perfect question, because that's what it's that's what it boils down to is are people trading? And as I deal with the kind of the more advanced features of technical analysis, some people can't handle the TA. I'm going to say this. In the market overall, they're looking for a very quick, easy answer. I don't have the corner on the market in terms of TA. I'm not claiming I do. Okay, in terms of the entirety of the market, with the BlackRocks, with the Rhodes Scholar, et cetera, that is in charge of the advanced derivatives desk at international derivatives desk at any major shop, right? I'm not claiming superiority. But it's as I teach people, and this is just what I like to do. I love to trade. I kind of like to teach. That's my deal. I love to trade. I kind of like to teach. So if you learn anything, you can ask yourself whether or not you think I'd be better at doing what I kind of like to do, or whether or not what I really love to do. And it's just the environments are the environments, but there was a demand for people, and people in the space don't really know. But I just say not everybody can maintain the level of intelligence required to get through, and kind of the diligence to trade and learn the TA at the same time. And if someone's learning instead of trading, I can't knock them for that. I still want them to trade. We still want you to trade, but you know what a bull flag is, like day 2, day 3. I assume that, but I don't know what the mind is of someone who is really learning to trade. That was back in, I was like 15. I was literally 16, let's say 16 years old, literally just pouring through that. So, Angel saying, hello, everyone. Boom, 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 boom. Thank you, Angel. Boom, boom, boom. Nice. Hello, Angel. I'm going to put hello, Angel. Boom, boom, boom. I think sometimes, Angel, about the whatever the VIP Crypto Kingdom and Bitcoin Spike desk must be like at YouTube, when there's ever a review or someone else would look at it, they're like, so they want us to send them more people, huh? It's like they're fine just hanging out, right? It seems like they're doing just fine. But we are always looking for people who really want to develop themselves. I just think it might be intimidating to some extent. Maybe it's intimidating because we've got that's how like something like Doge or Sheeb really glosses over things. It's like, well, there's a cute dog in the screen. Let's go after Doge. Well, there's a cool GameFi project. Well, that's really cool, right? To the extent that it is a bit intimidating. I mean, Angel, you've been invested in Bitcoin since $7.79. That's that may be intimidating to some people. It doesn't intimidate me. I find that beyond respectful. Very nice entry. Doesn't surprise me. I'm impressed, but I'm not surprised. That's it. Because I know you. So anyone who knows you should be probably impressed, but not surprised. You continually impress. So that's just who you are. That's a good thing. That's VIP. So that's just the truth, brother. I speak from the heart. And in terms of kind of the tactics that we're going through, these are TA just tactics, right? Finding another line, another line that potentially we've crossed up and over into. Now I make the decision, do I want to keep it, right? We've made another finding. The top line, yes, I definitely want to keep this top line, right? The bottom line is interesting. The bottom line is interesting at this level, and it's making me want to do something along the lines of this as well, as I formulate that original cross-trend line there. It's making me want to do something like this. There we go. In terms of expressing, if we have this triangulation going on, it's making me want to just pull down into this a bit. And we discussed this before. Do you guys remember this? We're going back to our TA that we discussed prior heretofore, because we discussed this. You guys remember when I brought this up right here was dun 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 dun. Let me get into let me just color this up a little bit. We discussed this bad boy here right before, it was the night before, boom. You guys remember? That was a big hit. I gave you guys this descending triangle. Bearish. Typically very bearish. Okay? Descending line of resistance. Flat line of support. So the ascending triangle down here is the quintessential bull feature. Ascending line of support, flat top resistance. So you can take your ascending and descending triangles just like this. If you ever get confused, you can take your ascending and your descending triangles. What's up, Craig? Nice to have you join back in VIP. Nice to see you, new VIP, Craig. Boom. What's going on, brother? Nice to have you back. We're just streaming, going through some technicals. making sure people know you can take your ascending triangle and stack it right underneath. In terms of the requirements, ascending would be this. It's the ascending line of support. Okay, descending triangle would be the descending line of resistance. That's an ascending triangle down here. Okay, that's ascending. Then we have a descending triangle right here. Boom. Now, in terms of what's on the map right now for Bitcoin, I'm just going through some parameters right now. We're just reviewing some technicals. Nice to have you join us, Craig. Angel shouting out to Craig. What's up? What's up? He's a new VIP. Angel, he gave us a chart in the back on Cardano. But nice to see, Craig. Nice to see a chart. I'm getting my secondary rig kind of repaired right now, but if you have screenshot, if you can screenshot, we'd love to see screenshots. I know you had to take a picture last time of that nice chart, chart. We'd like to see those charts. Let us know what you're looking at. It's important. It's important for you as you're getting in and you told me you want to learn. I need to see what you're working on, brother. I got to tell you, I got to see what you're working on. It's just important. I don't, and not for me to trade on it, I promise, brother. I just need to see what you're working on. Okay. So BTC up 10%. Let's dig into the 5-minute. Pushing. Now, what does this look like? What does this look like, Angel? We are underneath the threshold of the ascending triangle on the candle wicks, and we are trying to push up and through. We've done a lot of work, haven't we, in terms of now we have all these lines. It's like, wait, we have all these lines all over the chart. What are we going to do? Well, we should draw more lines. Resistance. What are the barriers? Not too many, okay? If the bulls are really moving, my recommendation, please listen to this. Please listen. My recommendation, I don't share all this stuff all the time, but I'm going to go ahead and start doing it. Okay? Is always, if you think that the bulls, if the bulls are pushing up through something, I'm just going to do this for purposes of the technique, etc. Put it on. You can gray it out. Okay? You can really lighten it up, and then you can just lock it down, and it's barely a little skirmish on your map. All right? Just lighten it up. Keep it there. If you want to dismiss it, fine. Don't not draw it. Do not say, I don't care about it. Don't do that. Do not say, I don't want to pay attention to those lines. No, guys. We pay attention to those lines because these little lines in here that you're working on right now, they wind up being these huge lines that you either care about or you don't care about. That you're either going to hold or you're not going to hold. So don't get into the gray area. Just my recommendation. I just want to inspire you guys, encourage you guys. They say don't sweat the small stuff. Sweat it, man. Just get into it. Enjoy it. You got time for the price action, right? Know the price action like nobody else's business. That's your business. That's what we do. That's what we're involved in. And let me read this. That's nice to hear, Angel. Just reading that. Really is nice to see Jeffrey Porter in the house. Let me see if Jeffrey's here. I just got out of the store. I'm back into the vehicle. I'm driving today. I'll only be listening. No more chatting. Okay. Well, welcome back. Huh? Welcome back, my man. What's up, Jeffrey? In the house. That's nice to see. Jeffrey. And that's a common courtesy. That's very nice. Just to say hello. Thank you for letting us know that you're in the mix. That's very important. And Craig. We got Craig, VIP. Boom. Love that. Craig really working on his game. He's been around since Harmony 1. He's really working on upping his game. We're excited to have him around and anyone else who wants to up their game in 2022. That's why we are here. That's crypto. We got to help build it. Maybe we like have a duty or something. I don't know. Kind of like a duty on the market. I have no idea. It's possible. It really is possible. I wonder if people think that way. Potentially. So we look at this specific feature here. We're going to measure this little guy right here. Bitcoin up 9.87% to 41,400. We called, Jeffrey, that bull flag in the back. Boom. Trying to catch every major move this year in terms of, we kind of shifted focus into it. After I started teaching the alpha traders, I'm like, I'm not going to teach them. I just wasn't going to teach them Dogecoin, really. I just wasn't going to. So I taught them Bitcoin and gave them the top in terms of that top line formation, which was at that time 65,000. So before the top. So looking at this, just Elliott wave formation, just part of the Elliott wave formation. Looking at this, I want to dig into this specific framework now as we look at, and let me just zoom back out one more minute. Let me recapture this thought. Ember's head and shoulders in play with a bull flag on the candle wicks, in play with an ascending triangle here. The trifecta, 3 specific bullish patterns, all complementary. We have that in our favor. I'm going to show real quickly this specific. Let's look at this. Let me move my mic. Okay, I'm going to show real quickly, the move that we're currently having in trying to break out of the neckline here, trying to break out of this neckline on the candle wicks. It's clearly indicated that we have not broken this neckline yet. And the target to the upside, let's just go ahead and reframe this target to the upside. Let's get into the details. Let's do this and this. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. The target to the upside, bulls having their heyday in the market, etc. All thing else forgotten called a resistance line anywhere would be 46,796, 46,800. Okay? Now, discussing the, let's see here. Discussing the details between here and there, we will go through the current price action, and I want to make an analogy to what Bitcoin's trying to do right now with what Luna, let's see here, with what Luna was just able to do. Give me just a brief moment to set up this chart. But let's look at what Luna did in the context of, it's just the same move. It is the same exact move, guys. Now, let them be different. Beautiful. Let them be different. Okay? I'm happy. I just want to bring up, if you guys traded, not if you just watched it, if you traded Luna, you'll know this specific move here. Yeah, see that? This specific move here, and that's on the 77-minute. Let me clarify this. Let me get into like the, that's the hourly. Let's see if the 4 hourly, what that gave us, a little bit of a difference there. Luna had a real nice, you just see the bull flag that developed on Luna. It was real nice. Like the one below, a little bit difficult to miss. Nice. Boom, boom. Move to the upside, downward sloping channel. Interesting how those are created. Interesting the framework beyond how these are really created. Okay, so as I'm looking at this in terms of a bull flag, looking at the specific move here, what I'm interested in is this right here. Pay attention if you can. Now, Luna's been doing great, up 15.64% to $83. Boom. Get you back up above 105 and make everybody happy who's still hodling their Luna. I don't know about that. Hodling their Luna. Survey says, what does the survey say on hodl? We got to get into this. I don't even know if I have a buzzer that is good enough for this one. I think I have a buzzer. Since Jeffrey Porter's in the car, I'm going to try and bring a little bit of humor to the situation. Jeffrey, what do we say when people are hodling their Luna? Let me get into it. If I have, let me see if I have this. Where is this? Well, let's see. You want to hodl your Luna? Oh, well, that's not going to work. That's not. This is VIP. We trade. So no, that's not going to work. Anyway, for those hodlers who wanted to hodl, that's the next group down the street. You try to hodl, that's okay. Let's look at this specific zone here. I try and have some fun, guys. We have to have a little bit of fun. In terms of the move here, check it out. take a look at the specific pattern formation here. And I was bringing this up because if you were around for, and it may not, excuse me, may not look like wonderfully similar right now, but if you traded Luna, you know that the move that's going on right now is almost exactly the same move that Luna just did yesterday. I'm always looking for issues like this. Can I find a kind of a predecessor in the market? Can I find a first mover? Something that can give us an advantage. Luna did this yesterday, and just look at what Luna did. Luna screamed to the upside after formulating a bull flag. Okay? Now, it was up against its 50% extension. Okay? Its extension, Fibonacci extension to the upside. Just calculated percentages, guys. Or calculated percentage. 50% of some preceding move was involved with the stopping of Luna at that $79 mark. Real easy. It's like, is it going to repeat the same move? It's easy. What an extension? Is it going to repeat the move it just made? It just did this 3 days ago, let's say. If something just did something 3 days ago, what's the question? Is it going to do it again? It just did it. That's what everyone wants to happen, right? Yeah, as we would talk about that, understand. The big question is, well, it just did that, right? Will it do it again? That's what an extension is. It's giving you the measurement or percentage of something just doing something again. The 100% is, oh, it's going to do it again. Boom, it does it again. 100% extension. People don't think about things like that. Measure a bull flag on an extension. What is it? It's a 100%. It's a repeat of the preceding move. The whole time people want things to do what it just did if it went up. That's yeah. We got it. It went up. Well, good. How much it went up? Let's say, whatever that amplitude move would be, 50%. We wanted to do it again. What's the extension? That's exactly what the extension is, guys. It's just telling you exactly and precisely. Like if I go on the right-hand side, just pay attention, because no one thinks about it this way, because we all do want it to do like what it just did. The bull flag is necessary, right? Maximize result on your right-hand side for Luna. As we look at this, boom, move to the upside. What do we get if we carry the flagpole up? 100% on the extension. So that may seem complicated. That's the most simple tool that you have in your toolbox. You could literally just draw a line, okay, and just drag it over, and you're at 100% in terms of the extension. So BTC pushing now. I want to bring this up for Luna. And we're also seeing a little bit of confluence, etc. Interesting to see what do we have on BTC? Let's go to the 5-minute. I want to see, are they correlated? And here we have, and it's nice to see again on Luna doing the same move it did yesterday. Now you can see that same move. Here is Bitcoin to the left, Luna on the right. Bitcoin pushing up and out of that pattern, Luna not quite. Luna is cracking 85 indeed. Needs to crack that 105. Nice pickup on the 50% if you got into it. A little bit messy down there, not perfect. Luna, I don't know. It's a good one to target down around $4.60. $4.50. Let's say $4.50. Nice one to target. Probably the only guys in the business that did that. Maybe the only guys in the business that did that. The only guys. Period. Which is cool. That would be us, right? 2021, just so you know, Jeffrey and everybody else, that was 2021. That's what we did. That type of price action was non-existent before. Crypto traders trading made a bit more than a cup of coffee. Deep core acquisitions. Deep core acquisitions. Deep value. So looking at this breakout of the inverse head and shoulders. Yeah, we talk about coffee trades all the time. Miss that target, Angel. Got to hit those targets. Gotta hit those targets, huh? Yeah. Blame it on the guy next door. Blame it on your neighbor. Your neighbor has to have done something wrong. This whole time, maybe he parked in your driveway. Just, I don't know. Figure out something. We got to figure out something for that one, because that was a low target, man. That was a dream of a trade in 2021. Still going on it. So, in terms of inverse head and shoulders, let's look at this. In terms of the price action, Jeffrey, pay attention to the road. If you are driving, pay attention to the roadway. Okay, this inverse head and shoulder is in play. It's a huge, huge moment for Bitcoin. Buyers are looking at this seriously. Now, let's stack our trifecta, our triple, kind of the triumvirate of ascending. I'm sorry, here we go, down here. What we found in the back from VIP, sent to Angel as well. This specific bull flag. Boom. Great move to the upside. Just beautiful, beautiful move. Boom. From point of breakout, you're up 6.24%. That's nice. From about the video last night, 12%, 10 to 12%. Buyers just stepping in. Remember, I let you guys know. Let's see. Let me get back to the video screen here. 2 seconds. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, let people know last night on the stream. Reason I streamed last night is because buyers were stepping in on this specific prior resistance, guys. So we had hit our level of resistance. Then along the top, we had poured down to a level. I went live because buyers were entering the market right here. It was a level, and it was a difficult level to hold until we got into the bull pennant. We got into the bull pennant, and things just, they changed around. We didn't actually hold the line for a bit. We recovered. The bull pennant was probably the reasonable point of entry. I'd say a reasonable point of entry, in addition to the buyers who were just getting some, but just really, really confident about the direction. You have to say that, confident about the direction, buying underneath prior resistance. Literally just a real kind of real gutsy pickup, okay? Real gutsy pickup underneath a line of prior resistance that technically had failed to support. So really going after that kind of 1% rule, okay? There's kind of a 1% rule in terms of your pickups. You guys know that? 1%, okay? What's your threshold for your pickup? Where are you at? What are you trying to get into in terms of the price action, et cetera, et cetera? Keep your ears tuned in. We'll get there. Line of support, line of resistance. Okay, so we streamed during this moment. Getting into this framework here. Let's just watch this inverse head and shoulders play here. Just a minute. And what does Angel say? Comment was pertaining to 51 Luna to current price. Okay, what do we got? Yeah, 2 weeks ago, Luna was 51 after cracking 100. That's right, we trade. That type of price action was non-existent before crypto. Traders trading made a bit more than a cup of coffee. That's right. If you're trading options, you get those kind of fluctuations. Unfortunately, you get those every few days. The miracle thing about an option is that it expires. You have every Friday and they go to zero. So, and some of them recover quite well. So that's those are different beasts to tame. I did say in 2022 there are tigers to be tamed, but yeah, options expire worthless. Typically on Friday. Maybe this Friday. If you own one, probably yours. We'll see. But those are interesting. Interesting trade. Comment was pertaining to $51 Luna. Current price, says Angel. Other comment was, I missed the $4 mark on Luna. I bought it $5.90. That's why I say I missed that. Yeah, I got that. I'm just working with you. I'm having fun with you. Price action was referring to Luna from 105 to 50 to current. Yeah. We're going to put you the man. You the man. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. So glad I have somebody here that's hitting targets. Just required. I have to tell you, it just has to happen. Like finding money on the street for someone or with someone or something else, be like, no, I don't like that stuff. You know, I do not like that stuff. Man, it's money. It's sitting there. It's a look at all the cash. It's just sitting in the street. You know, well, someone else is going to have to pick that up. You know, when you talk about hitting your targets, well, someone else is going to have to pick that up. I'm too busy. That satchel full of cash there. I don't. No. I'm busy. I make satchels. To you, sir. Well, in terms of your satcheling, here's a satchel full of cash. Pick it up. Boom. Always buy at support, sell at resistance. Trade your patterns and hit your targets, guys. So we're seeing some nice price action here. We're having some fun. Bitcoin's doing well, so we are having a bit of fun on the breakout here of Bitcoin. That's an official breakout of the Ember's Head and Shoulders. We have spent some time on these upside targets here, upside lines of resistance. Okay. Now, if you got in at a lower, this is a double-edged sword, this discussion. If you got in at a lower price, if you got in at the 50% retracement, well, you have some more leeway, right? And what does that do? Well, you're going to put up with losing, okay, I'll give it 10%. Well, you're going to put up, I'll give it 15%. Well, I'll give it 20%. Okay, I made 35%. I'm going to give it 28%. Right? Hit the button. Sometimes I tell people, hit it. Just, buy. You're at support. Buy it. You can try and sell at support, but it's a much better idea if you buy at support. Like right here, VIP, get a position. Buy it. Do it. 25%. Did you go long? You win a 5L, that's 125% of your money. Buy it. I do that sometimes, not all the time. I mean, I guess I could, but, you guys got to trade. That's the fun part. So the whole idea is that you trade. So I concur with the strategy. It is technically sound that you should set a candle up and above the line, the neckline, okay? Now, we're going to talk about the specific price target to the upside of the bull flag. Boom. And, just getting that feeling VIP are not selling. If you got in low, Angel picked up Luna again around 50. Nice work. Nice work. And that was work. If you look at that price action, that was not a walk in the park. Hello. Crashing down. Boom. But when it crashed down, you look at it, it's like, well, this crashed down here. Bitcoin crashed down to a target. It's always coming down to a target. It was a great crash down in terms of the market performance that we saw on, in line with, of all the unfortunate things that may be occurring right now. It is the fact that we had some incredible price action with the recent worldwide calamity that's going on. Whatever your viewpoint is on that, whatever it is, and if you heard it all on the news, I'm not going to talk about what you know is my deal right now. I want to know someone who's researched or investigated or who has been to some of these places. I want to know someone who's been to Ukraine. I want to know someone who's been to Russia. I want to know someone who's been to Crimea. That's me in terms of wanting to know that. Okay? Then I want to hear, what's your family like? Oh, what's your, who do you, what is your grandfather done? Oh, interesting. I want to know all the details. So you learned it all on the news. Don't be, it's okay. We're going to focus on crypto without a doubt. We're going to focus on crypto And we have a line of resistance right here. I'm going to take off these other lines. We've done our duty in terms of exploring what you want to do in terms of your cross-trend lines. You're going to get there, guys. You're going to find those to be very important. I promise, okay? This specific line of resistance here, you're going to find that to be important. Now I'm going to complete the A game that would belong to VIP and discuss, in addition to this line here, that A game alpha. It's going to revolve around, let's see here real quickly. Let's get on to this. Let's get into it. The 100 and the 200 moving average. Okey-doke. Yes, the 100 and the 200 moving average, where program trades love to hide to buy and sell. You got that? Where program trades love to hide to buy and sell. The 100 and the 200. Trick up the sleeve. Okay? Now, looking at, you guys look at the chart on the 4 hourly. You explain this how you want to, okay? In terms of level of resistance, flipped it once, flipped it twice. We're on the third flip here. Now, the key area that matters, that really matters, is this red line. You all know that. That's the key area that matters. Before we get there, we're at a line of resistance right now. On the 4 hourly, draw your line of resistance. Okay? You're essentially there right now, guys. A little bit of room. Draw that on the 4 hourly. Be aware of that specific line of resistance. People will be shorting at that level. All right? You guys, you go heavy leverage. You go, you go max out on a margin. You may be in and out of a trade very quickly. You may be in and out of a trade very quickly. In terms of, let's go through the details here. Let me see what we've got. Sanson. Hey, Sanson, how are you? We welcome you to be part of our group. You can join our base camp. We have a top group. Angel's with us today. Angel, shout out, what's up? Angel invested in Bitcoin since $7.79. We are very technically oriented, and we love to trade. Not the typical little shop here. So, hope you're doing well, Sanson. We invite you to join our group. We've got a lot of good guys in the back, VIP. They were on the map here. I gave them the bull flag last night. There you go. And thanks for the message, Angel. Appreciate that. Okay. Why do we get sent people who just show up and have a... I have no idea why. It's just people show up and they just don't... I mean, they want to say in the comments they're so confused, That's not my issue, anyway. Let's see what we got. And let's see what's on the DOT desk. And looking at DOT, looking for a repeat of DOT. It's been slow to go. Very slow. Popular, unpopular, don't care about it. Look at the chart. Okay? A lot of framework. You have Phantom, you have One, you have Rose, you have a lot of coins that have gone back to the top. Atom has had good price action, right? DOT is just boom, just sitting. Got close back to it, 78.6. Yeah, Angel will tell everybody, yeah, he's got a position from right in here. How would you guys feel about $31 .3L owning it at 31 bucks, huh? You guys, you know, it's trading. You have to be able to double and triple down. I promise you that he is added to his position by compounds. And if he's not going to carry something like that and have it waste his time or anyone else's time without hitting additional targets. Okay? So you have to be able to compound down in at the lower levels, guys. You have to. Period. These are nice levels. Now we speak of DOT. As we look at those, there's some targets I gave over in that general direction. We had some issues up top, so all right, let's get specific. But always looking at these, boom, 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 boom. Double, triple down at the lower levels, which is nice. From low side target now, you have 25%. You've already covered that upside. You've already covered that. If you hit the 1447, you know? Like, you can cover your position, guys. You can cover it. You just have to be willing to do it. 10.28% to the upside. Bitcoin rocking and rolling. What's up? What's up, VIP? Way to go, huh? That's good. Feels good to have it make some money. That is positive. Now, if you're holding, well, it's okay to hold Bitcoin. People like to spend Bitcoin. People like the volatility of it. I don't like you holding something that's going to go down, that likes to go down 50%. I like you buying more of it. Now spend it if you don't want to trade it. Do something interesting. Do something fun with your lives. Huh? I say with a little jest because, yes, Angel has been invested at $7.79. I love when he trades Bitcoin. Bitcoin's fun to trade. A lot of fun. When it gets going, it gets going. 10%, man, that's rock and rolling. Man, that's 50% a day on a 5L. That's beautiful. That's where it's at. Did you really? Let's see. You hit 22, then 16. I'm plugging in with Angel just in the back here a little bit. I got to look at something real quickly. Oh, you hit 22, then 16. Oh, 14. Yeah. That 14. Man, that 14 got you an extra 50%. Ay, darn it, huh? Angel and I go through targets a lot of times, just so you know that. We go through, if we're talking over the background of something, we're going through targets. We go through and, you know, he's heavy-handed. Sometimes he doesn't grab the bottom. He might smash the floor through. I don't know. There is an analogy there. You go too low, the market want to just follow him on down there. Who knows? We may never see it again, Angel. Who knows? He bought it at $7.79 on Bitcoin. Of course, I'm the one who's going to bring up, I'm like, you could have bought it for a penny. You know, it's like, you know, if I was around, we would have doubled down into a penny, right? And I'm sure he hates that. Huh? You do the calculations on that. Bitcoin, boom. Oh, man, we got to show the bull. You guys want to see the bull? Who wants to see the Bitcoin bull? This is cool. Jeffrey, I know you're driving. You're going to have to watch this. 1 second. Let me prepare this real quickly. All right. Now, we're going to show you the Bitcoin bull. You guys want to see this? This is some cool stuff only on Crypto Kingdom. Only, guys, only at the station here, VIP exclusive, Bitcoin spike. I'm going to hit the music, and you guys watch this screen, but only on a day, guys. Only on these days we got 10% of the upside. Huge money, huge trades. We called not just the pickup at the 50%. We also called the boom flag in the back. Just to remind everybody, if you're not VIP, you got to be VIP. We call this bull flag in the back. Look at this. Please note, bull flag on the wicks. Boom, bam. Nice move. So here is your Bitcoin bull. Only here, guys. Only at the Crypto Kingdom. Bitcoin spike in the house. Guys, that's what it's all about. It is 2022. You will only find this level of dedication, and that is one heck of a bull. That's my bull. I've told people that is my bull. That's just it. I like the bull. It's awesome. Now, Angel has his own intergalactic craft. He has a lot of his own features here, but that bull, guys, you may not even like the TA. You may just be hanging out to see that bull again. You know, it's just, that's something else. You go make your own bull. You try and make your own bull. Now, let's look at the inverse head and shoulders. Let's look at this. Let's bring it up from below. Here we go. There we go. All right. Let's bring that back up into the framework. She's looking good, isn't she, guys? The Bitcoin bull. I try and keep it kind of live around here. A little bit different, you know. If you traded, you like the bull, I guarantee you. If you're in a trade, you like the bull. Look, 10% laying waste to the market. Bitcoin just tearing it up, guys. Tell me on a 5L that your focus on Bitcoin would not have been rewarded. 50%. Boom. Nice. The golden bull. Yeah. There we go. It is, huh? The golden bull, huh? You notice that. That's nice. Attention to detail. Because you have that, Angel has that big screen TV. Anyone can have one, guys. Clearly. But the idea is that you're able to see all the technicals. So, he listens when I say that. Up 10.88%. Yes. Let's look at this, guys. What is? Oh, man. Check it. I just have a report in. BTC 5L is up 67% today. Boom. On gate. 68%. Bam. 68%. That's 1 day return. Bitcoin 5L 68%. Look at that, huh? 68%, guys. That's huge. BTC 5L. Whew. It's just awesome. Let's look at the this line of resistance. I mean, Angel and I having fun in the back. Boom. All right. He and I text a lot. We go back and forth. We text a lot, just so you guys know. We're like in communication all the time. Market. Got to stay on top of that market. So, line of resistance. Boom. I'm seeing that line of resistance come into play, but is anything going to stop Bitcoin? Let's look at this. What I'd like to say is this in terms of the upside target, which we've measured out on the 3 different patterns. We have the inverse head and shoulder. We have the ascending triangle. We have the flag, bull flag, right? It's a trifecta. Rarely have we had such, I don't know, a strong indication, a triple indication. We had here, depending upon how you wanted to identify with a bull flag, preceding zone, preceding hit on the 50. That gave us 35%. 68% today on a BTC5L. If you don't know how to trade BTC5L, you need to pay attention. You need to inquire within, right? Just either with me or ask an exchange. Go get them, guys. We trade on Gate. That is on my Twitter profile. Okay, you guys go to my Twitter profile. You'll find the link there for Gate if you want to trade on Gate. One of the longest standing exchanges that has listed Bitcoin and had Bitcoin as a listing since like 2012 or 13, guys. It's a very well-established exchange. All these Johnny-come-latelys with their whatever they got, I don't know, guys. They know Bitcoin. Big time. And it's legal in the United States of America, which is a good thing. We like that. Resistance. It's licensed. I say that stuff all the time. People are going to have a conniption fit if all of their stuff on a talk of the restrictions, regulations, you're going to have your cash somewhere else is going to get wiped out. Like, oh, London, you should have told me. Well, you never. I tell you guys all the time. More bulls. We need more bulls. I may make more bulls, guys. I don't know. That one bull, I need something. I need something around here. That's my bull. So, but a lot of responsibility comes with that bull. I don't take ownership lightly. A lot of responsibility. So, level of resistance right here. About to crank through that. Watch this red line. Make sure you got that red line on your map. We have all bullish patterns right now. Support, to attempted support, failure, attempted support, failure. Getting back to that red line is something to conquer, guys. We're about to get into the framework of looking at the daily on the moving averages and asking the question, will the traders be given another opportunity? Pay attention, please. Will they be given another opportunity to short at the 100 moving average? That was the key level strike. Bam. Bam. Okay? Let you guys know that before that hit. I recall that specifically. Watch those moving averages. Boom. People decided to short. Orders are hidden at the 100 and 200 to buy and to sell. They have been selling. Okay? At those levels, particularly on the daily. That would be the ultimate conquer right there in the market for us to be able to pop those moving averages on the 100 and 200, those 100 and 200 moving averages, okay? So, yeah, TA can be intimidating. That's why I try and have fun with the bull and everything else. I got your rocket on standby, everything else. I wait until you do your super chats and all those things. Super chat king, guys. He's a super chat king, $1,000 super chat king. I think he had to reset with whatever else for the month. I don't know what he was doing, but yeah, Angel. When he pulls out the big, I can turn you into a spaceman now. I'll always do that. But yeah, we do this to alleviate because the TA is intimidating and it's real stressful. So we chill. We try and relax. Like the scanner beam, the heavy scanner beam. This is gonna be loud, guys, but I turned Angel into a spaceman. When he goes away, I know where he is. This is him. That's just us having fun, literally because it's too stressful for you all to trade all the time. And you're intimidated by your trades. You get fearful. You panic. You hit the button when you shouldn't. So I do different things sometimes. I can talk your socks off in terms of the technicals. I promise, guys. That's not the problem. The issue is you guys getting too wound up or too, I'm going to hit the button at the wrong time every time. I promise. I've been there. I've seen people do it. Do not flip a quarter. If you can't book a trade, don't flip a quarter, okay? Well, I'm going to tell you that. That's not VIP. It all comes down to VIPs. Angel saying this, listen up. If you want to be a writer, then write. Read that somewhere. Read that somewhere, he did, huh? If you want to be a trader, trade. That is right. And we have to say, if you want to be a VIP, you better be a VIP, huh? You've got to be VIP. If you want to be a VIP, you better be a VIP. I just let a bunch of the VIPs out. Gone, group gone. I got a lot of love for some of them. Good guys. The other ones, man, like, you know, you want to argue with me? It's like, it's my VIP, dude. Like, gone. Out. Like, bad dog. Out the front door. Bad enough dogs, I kicked them out the front door. So, in terms of that, some of them taking my TA and like teaching it to people and this stuff. I'm like, dude, what, dude? And I'm sorry, hey, I was a mentor for military guys everywhere, to the extent that some guy was in the military or otherwise. I don't even know. I see a picture. I don't know. I have no idea. You know, Richard is a perfect VIP in the back. He's awesome. I know he's military, loud and proud. Just came back from Korea. Nice guy, respectful guy, logistical guy, like very well put together. I have military in my family. I was a mentor to a lot of military guys in the context of a school, like top of the class, like military intelligence, me. So I've dealt with a lot of, you know, military, but, you know, take people's TA and like go teach, you know, teach your platoon like it's yours. Like, do what? Like, whatever. And then cop an attitude with me. Like, dude, you get kicked out of the military. You keep that crud up, you know, in any other context other than VIP. Try that stuff at Fort Hood or wherever else that was going on at. Fort Hood's had a lot of problems. Warning flag. Period. A lot of investigations going on around that place. So I don't even know if realistically, you're not going to find me badgering the U.S. military. Oh, no. Is it? Oh, that's right. Task Force. Prior Task Force, Dan Crenshaw. Cool, huh? U.S. Navy SEAL. Cool. I enjoyed that. Not little. You give some other group a bad name if that's the agenda. I'm not an operation. So let's look at this level of resistance. Level of resistance. Boom, 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 boom. Texas Senator Dan Crenshaw, by the way. Political. Solamente politico. Puramente politico. Let's look at the level of resistance we're currently at it, guys. Now, do we have an expectation in terms of an upside target? Yes, we do. 46,797. You guys want it? You want to get there? Let's look at this. Let's reframe this. That's a big move. Let's not forget this triumvirate as we're having some fun, because Bitcoin still takes a long time. And I want to be known as the group who was having a good time while Bitcoin was making people money. You're supposed to, you got to be too serious. And if the amount of money you're making on Bitcoin or whatever else is too serious, maybe you shouldn't be investing, guys. It's really, 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 really volatile. Okay? Not to dismiss the incredible gains that traders are making. Angel's making incredible gains. VIP making great gains. Richard, I just mentioned. Fine, upstanding young man. I have to say that. Not that he needs me to say that. I'd be very impressed if he were to say that about me. That's how much I think of Richard. He's VIP. So let's measure up one more time. This line, this specific carry-up feature, I'm going to increase my target to 47,107. I'm going to go back to the snap to grid feature. Always using that magnet tool, guys. Don't let it escape you. Do not let someone else get that perfect target. That perfect take in the market. You may only have a few of them on the year. You really want to make them count. If you're in a big trade, something along those lines, you really. So your targets, you got to make them as accurate as possible all the time, because it's so competitive anyway, guys. You're going to run into, you got people all over the world. 50 million? Is it 50 million? How many traders do we have? London's TA. What do we say? Angel saying London's Spanish accent. Fire. Hey, yeah, hombre. There we go. Boom. We have Angel Matos in the house. That is the quintessential trader in the crypto market. Angel Matos. That is the truth. That's not even a hyperbole or exaggeration. Excited to have you here. Make sure you book those trades. I've been around the top traders. I have a time or many. 11% to the upside, 41,883. Just on cruise control. Just absolutely on cruise control. Beautiful, beautiful price action. I'm comfortable enough with that target. Just the time frames want to differentiate a little bit. So we'll keep it right there. Now, this price line level of resistance is in play on the 30-minute. It's directly in play. These are levels. These are levels, guys. Just threw my phone on the ground for no reason whatsoever. I literally got caught up in my hands. I just threw it on the ground. I didn't mean to do that. Glad the microphone was not on that. This specific level of resistance is immediately in play. There are a lot of levels of resistance in play that will interrupt us from getting up to our target, both standard levels of resistance, cross trend lines. Okay, we got to identify another cross trend line in here. We don't want to get carried away with that notion, right? We don't want to be overly involved with, let's say, this specific line here. Look at this. Appreciate this line if you can. Right? A lot of traders will look at this just horizontally and say, well, first of all, they'll forget all the other business. They'll forget everything else in terms of what we've done. Let's just take this off the map. Let's do this. The other angle would be this. Well, you're running into a prior level of support. And we would expect laterally for you to express a level of resistance. Prior support to resistance. Very easy. I'm a big fan of the lines that I focus on being respected by the market. So, and it's not always going to be 100%. It's going to be, shouldn't be hit and miss all the time. They're lines, they're enforceable. The ones that are most heavily enforceable are the ones that are the most fundamentally recognized in the market, i.e. this preceding, as you guys looked at this, the preceding support, resistance, attempted and failed support to resistance, attempted and failed support to resistance before the bull flag that we caught, right? That's a very well-established line. It hasn't wanted to get off that line. It's been a big, big line. So when we talk about another level incoming, and this is part and parcel, I'm just going to say, is part of the nature of the fact that we've been in retracement for 100+ days now. We have a lot of lines of resistance and support. We need like power. We need like a power through moment in the market. We need something else, just game changer. Angel saying hello to everyone listening. Thank you, Angel. Power back at you, brother. Shout out to the VIPs, to base campers, and even previous VIPs, etc. You will not find me hating you. I will tell you that. It is 2022. It is too short of a year already, guys. We're almost into March to have anything kind of, I may sound off for a minute or two, But yeah, it is life, And for those of you who are no longer with us, may you find a better group. I mean that sincerely. I hope you guys find a better group. I don't think you will. In fact, I know you won't. But I wish you well on your way. We got the base campers plugged in today. Jeffrey Porter in the house. Craig, new VIP in the house. He finally made that decision after watching for a long time. Let's see what we got. We had this specific line, which is nice to see that one go. We were on this line. I brought that up to the VIP last night. You guys know that. This specific resistance. This was a primary line that we were stuck at last night. The resistance, the 65,000 to the 53,000. Boom, boom, right? We were sitting on that. The bull flag was that price action. Boom, we got off that line. Very, very important. If you guys trade at lower time frames, you know exactly why I'm doing all this. You don't have a hesitated. You have zero. There's zero question in your mind. If you trade a lot at lower time frames, you know exactly why I'm going through all these through these lines. If you don't trade on lower time frames, you may not know why I'm going through these. It's like, why are you drawing all these levels of resistance? It's critical. You'll draw 10 lines in 1 minute, guys, at a lower time frame. And then you'll draw another 10 in the next 10 minutes. You just will. It's required. You have to know where price action is being respected. So, that is a line. I cannot deny that. Let me get into, I just like this cross trend line here. Allow me a few seconds just to draw this out. Now, when we have too many lines of resistance, I'm going to tell you, I like to zoom back a little bit, give it some time like we have, explore on the charts just a touch, and kind of give it its own room. It's worked out well. It's continued to go up. The double bottom feature here is just smacking of bull. You guys see that, right? Hey, see? That's what we got. I still got heart and love for you. Heart and love for everybody. I just do. I have to. It's 2022. I have to. I can't be taken up with regret or anything like that. I can't, the feistiness in me that just wants to continually, plug away and just, hold resentment on this. I can't do that. At some point, it's not VIP. Maybe my mood will change in 10 minutes, but I doubt it. It's 2022. We got to get into it. Take the bull by the horns. Angel, I want to fire your rocket off. I want to fire your rocket off. And I appreciate former VIPs commenting. And just nothing but good things. 2022. Nothing but good things. Profit. Hitting your targets. Focus. 10.6%. Yes, that's a huge day for BTC 5.0. Congrats to anyone who picked it up at our live stream on the 50% retracement. Boom. You're in the money. You've multiplied your money in the period of time. Let's just measure this out because it's significant. If you picked up at our price target at 50% retracement, you are up well over 100% in 5 days. 4 days or so. Well over that. That's good money. Should be heavier amounts of compounded cash at those levels. With the reserve for a potential hit if we could get there. I said if we could get there, it'd be great. I'd love to, huh? I'd still love to. Golden Pocket or the 786, I would love to. For the record, love to. I love days like this. Everything's green. Bank accounts going up. Everything feeling nice. I like lower levels all the time. I'm not a bear. I'm a big enough bull. That Bitcoin bull, that's my bull. I'm going to tell you guys, just mine. Just the bull. Angel got the $7.79. I have to come up with something for me. That's my bull. So he may have the whole ranch for all I know, guys. He may have thousands of bulls like that. So, hey, there's a nice one. This is something that I've been tempted to really look at. And you guys who've spent time in and around, there's been this sort of this triangulation that is one to formulate. I brought this up. I'd be interested to know who has paid attention enough to recognize this, because I've mentioned this, and it's one of those things I have paid attention to. It's one of those like big deals that like it has caught my attention. Ethereum, same routine. In fact, let's look at Ethereum real quickly. Where is Ethereum? It's off the mark today. But you see what I had done with Ethereum? This chart work in terms of just expressing some sort of a symmetrical triangulation, just because of the nature of what we're in and trying to get up and out of. Let's say back up into the framework of a repeat cycle here. It just has this expression of a preceding. And we've dealt with this pattern quite a bit. It's just important. This preceding level of resistance and a constricting, nearly equivalent, almost to the point of it being a symmetrical, let's say a symmetrical pattern of formation. And it's nice that we picked up at least on, and we'll have to go like at least on the lines. Not much of a differentiation, a bit of a differentiation on the actual candle wicks, but the lines give us a nice expression, much up and advance over that over their actual hit points on the line. We were down to the actual candle wick part, and we're down to the just under 30,000, 33,000. Was that 33? Sorry, excuse me, 32. I've looked at this level a few different times. Let me get it exactly right. The exact level on I'm going to say the primary hit. We have a secondary and the primary hit. The primary hit under the 50, okay, 32.9. 32.969. Secondary hit on the 50%. Secondary hit at the 34.313. Just say 34. 34.3. So on the actual lines, though, we hit into the 35 and we hit on into the 36. So the point is the lines are elevated, okay? Over and above the actual price action on the candle wicks. You guys know all that. Currently priced at 41,676. We've broken through the 40,000 barrier. That's what's nice. 10.53% today. That's what's nice. Beautiful. Laying waste, guys, to the altcoins. Bitcoin, big boss, showing how it's done. Love days like this. And they're great days for VIP. Angel trading Luna. Beautiful pickup. 50 to 84. Beautiful pickup. Very, very savvy, guys. You have to know trade game. Angel, impressive. And low entries. Angel has some low entries. And Jeus, hey, we'd love you to join our VIP, restricted zone, etc. You are welcome to join our trade group if you trade. It would be a fantastic thing for you to do. Levels of resistance, level of attempted support here from the prior resistance. It makes this a crucial line, doesn't it, in terms of this kind of this projected triangulation. As we talk about it, becomes a little bit more concrete. Resistance, 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 support, resistance. Big line right here on the daily. Like huge line on the daily. Spoke about this specific feature here. This level of resistance carried down through. We can get exact with the actual kind of snap to grid tool, etc. But that hit was crucial. So this is why I bring them up, guys. The ones I reinforce in some of the key videos we do, they hit. May take a day, may take 2 days. Boom. I try to give it some leeway, right? That's what it's all about. You're not going to nail everyone. Never be overexposed. Always be able to double down, guys. Cover your position. It's really easy. Just can you cover your position? If you can't, game's not as much fun. Sometimes maybe you think it's more fun. Maybe you want to go all in. Maybe you just want to ride like that. no helmet, no shirt, no shoes, and you're jumping up on the back of the motorcycle, at 80 miles an hour. You want to ride like that, roll with it if you're capable of doing that. And we have a exclusive VIP chat, and I do reinforce that for Angel, etc., for the group. Hide user on this channel. We'll remove. We remove. We trade. We want to make money, as my buddy says, when it's going up, when it's going down, and when it's going sideways. And I'll put some hearts there. At the end, I'll put some hearts with some power. Maybe I'll put a Ferrari on there or something. How about I'll put that button there? I'll say push the button. There you go. Push the button to join from now on. I'll do that. Whatever you guys want to do. So, I would love to operate above the red line. We need to hop and skip over these specific lines, these moving averages. You guys know that. I just have to say that we have to, I'm just telling you guys, we have to appreciate the fact that this preceding zone in here was like its own move, right? That was a nice move to the upside. Potential for a secondary, let's say secondary move in the form of a consolidation, and boom, move to the upside. That didn't work out. We have the micro effect or repeat effect going on. If you see these are both bull flags on lower time frames. Now, we've stayed above this action, which is great. We've gone back above, which is, it uncomplicates the question as to whether or not this would have been a head and shoulders. You see left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Okay? To the extent that we're constricting, we're still in a great trade. You guys are making money. You have your own decision to make when to take the cash and put it in your pocket. And VIP, no. Because you won't listen to me. I'll tell you that. You won't listen to me when I tell you to buy. Sometimes you do. Sometimes. But not exactly. I'll tell you exactly the price to buy at. A lot of you won't buy it. So when I tell you to sell, some of you will, some of you won't. It's up to you. That's the good part about the game. That's what differentiates you, makes you traders. That's what makes Angel El Jefe Principal. That's what puts him high up on the map in terms of VIP. He hits the button. I give targets. I like to give targets to Angel. Sometimes he want to hit those targets, sometimes he don't. Sometimes he does not. Pardon. So, you got to hit that button. Angel may be there. He may want to hit the button. He may literally just want to bam. He just want to bam. He want to use it. He just bam. He want to hit the button. You don't know. Maybe he doesn't want to set a limit order. He'd like to boom. He gonna just drop the cash in there. Maybe he'd like how that feels. Don't know. You know? And that's okay. That's your style. We talk about those limit orders, etc. And I just bring this framework up, not to dwell on this too much in terms of the constriction here. I just think they're the primary lines right now that we're dealing with. Level of resistance, preceding support, and then resistance. I really, truly believe, I wouldn't have it on the map otherwise here, that those are the primary functioning. And look at this, as we would get this through the, now you're going to agree with me. I promise. Okay, look at the weekly. Bingo, right? Resistance, resistance, resistance. Straight up into very clearly established. Look at the level of support, attempted support. That doesn't get much easier than that. It's a nice double bottom. That's a nice double bottom, guys. On the weekly. Congratulations to the Bulls. Boom. Let me get my bull out here again. Angel got the rocket. I don't know. Angel, you want me to fire the rocket? You got to let me know. I like to save it for when you super chat and stuff. It's kind of cool like that. You know, we have enhancements to the super chat and everything else. We have new sound effects for new members. I've demonstrated those. You guys want to hear it? I can do one test. You guys want to hear it? When someone joins now, it'll be like this. Check this out. Angel, you'll like this. Listen. Isn't that cool, huh? I just did a test run there just to test that, just to show you guys what it will be. But, yeah, if anyone decides to join VIP, boom, you'll show up like that. You'll stretch your stuff in the back with Craig. He's new VIP. Look at Craig. Boom. What's up, Craig? Trading since the days of Harmony 1. Beautiful, beautiful family. Like to see it. That's a VIP way to be. So we got all kinds of bells and whistles in 2022. Investing that time, huh? We got to, they're doing all this NFT stuff. So I'm like, I want a rocket, I want a spaceman, I want a bull, we got to do that stuff. We got to stay ahead of the crowd. So yes, on that weekly time frame, always thinking a little bit out of the box, trying to have a little bit of fun on a. This is Monday. We're not supposed to have fun on Monday. It's off. It's I just see, you hear me? I'm like, that's off. That's off, man. We're having fun on a Monday. Okay, we're gonna have to. That's VIP, huh? So, saddle up around the weekly. Boom, 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 boom. You guys got that like easy, huh? Easy stuff. Easy stuff. These can be a little unpredictable. I don't know if you know that. These can be a little bit fun. The Dow, if you know the old charts in the stock market, the Dow has got a great chart that applies to this. I will let you guys do your research. Interesting stuff. Interesting chart. The Dow. Look around. Look around 1930. Look at your Dow chart. DJIA, Dow Jones Industrial Average. Look at it around 1930 or so. Have fun with it. Enjoy it. Okay. From me to you. Boom, 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 boom. So, if there were not this upside expression here, we would say that we're in let's go ahead and frame it, guys. We are in an ascending, we're in a technical, let's go back through the details. I've got this written down right here, believe it or not. We are starting with the framework of the 5 or 30 minute. We have a triple indicated positive patterns in terms of bullish expressions. It's positive right now means bullish. That's just it. Expecting positive pricing. We're going to go through this real quickly. I'm going to just talk about the 3 in play here. We have the specific ascending triangle with a flat top resistance, ascending line of support. Boom. We have also the complementary pattern of the inverse head and shoulders, a reversal pattern that's currently in play. We have broken the neckline. Okay. We also have a third pattern in play. So a 1, 2, 3 punch. The third pattern brought to the attention of the VIP in the back last night. And let's see what we have. It's up in here. You guys will find it. But I brought this to the attention of VIP. We beat a bear flag. Decidedly beat the bear flag. To get into this expression, I let the VIP know. Please note, bull flag on the wicks. Luke. Shout out to Luke. Boom. He got it in the back. So, yes, that's the third pattern we're looking at is this bull flag to the upside, okay? Alrighty. You guys get it? So we have 1, bull flag, specified target, boom, move to the upside. Conservative basis. Let's say a conservative basis. In line with the 42, as you can tell you, conservative. 42.532. 42.532. An aggressive basis. You guys determine. You on the short end or the extreme end here? 40.3070. You guys measure those up on your desktop. So looking at the 3, the triple, boom. We have the ascending triangle, boom. We have the bull flag. Move to the upside with a downward sloping channel. Always it's sloping down, guys. downward sloping channel. Then we have that inverted head and shoulders. So that's the immediately let's say tangible makeup of the price action in terms of the pattern. The established patterns, those are not even in formation. Those are established patterns that are in the market. Not maybe we have this, maybe we have that. No, those are established patterns. Let's get into, let me bring this over here. Let me recreate this flag so that I can drop it in on this here. Let's bring this down here. Then we take the inverted head and shoulders down here. Because ideally, what we're trying to accomplish is a return to the upside, to new all-time highs. One of the rationales that could get us there is something in line with the weekly, okay? Where we have this approach of a symmetrical triangulation. And somehow we're going to have to deal with or treat this breakout and break back down into the formulation. A flat line channel or a straight line channel will work. Okay, expectations of a top side with some interruptions at preceding lateral levels of resistance or support, right? We could get into that. It's going to be essentially your resistance. We'll cover that later. You guys understand that, I think, if you look at your chart. So, but this expression is this is what we want to occur. We want this to come over here. Just take a look at this. We want this amplitude to move over here. That's what everybody in the market is guessing at whether or not can happen. Everyone will agree with that here. You're all wondering and guessing whether or not, and guessing at this point, you're guessing whether or not this amplitude here can move over into this framework there. Now the question of the year is, if you can hit your target with a degree of certainty on the downside, please listen to this. If you can hit your target with a degree of certainty on the downside, knowing it's the 50% target and it's a clear pickup, then why can't you determine whether or not you're at a clear take on the upside? You know you're at a solid pickup at the 50% or at our lower price target. You know that. When we're there, you know it. It's beyond question. So what is it that's any different about your being able to determine you're at a clear take? Now, projecting here, what happened at the top here? Austria, huh? We're going to tax Bitcoin, quote unquote, right? The difference between here and there, depending upon which resources you adhere to, will depend on circumstances like Austria. Will depend upon circumstances like what's going on in and around the world right now, with conflict, etc., right? With regulation. It's feasible on some of your other coins, etc. I don't think on Bitcoin. I don't think it's feasible. That it could literally just get the plug pulled and go to zero on some of your other coins. You guys know that. You're prepared. You've seen that happen. Like down to an interruption of the market like that. But yeah, so the Austrian government deciding to tax Bitcoin, big deal. And Big Angel at the top, I want to shout out to him. Invested in Bitcoin since $7.79. I like that in terms of the $7.79. There's something about that. It frames things. It's a good number. You know that. And Angel, I know who you like and who you don't like. I know how you are, brother. Right there, just mano a mano, hermano. Got you. I'm right there. In terms of your own coins, your selection, kind of your preference. Exclusive VIP zone. Boom. This is Casa de Angel, de Ángel. Mi casa, su casa, hombre. So let's look at this is an interesting pattern to look at because it gives you that amplitude to the upside that you want. Now, it's going to have to be ascending, right? We want it to go back up there really badly in between here and there. Look at how many trades you had here. Look how many clear entries and exits you had here. Within the framework of a larger pattern that was put together, that was a similar pattern. You guys know there's a similar pattern to the original bull flag back in December to January 2020 to 21. Right? Just nice layover. Oh, let me pull this down. So, as the patterning further manifests itself, we will endeavor to trade it. You got to stay on your. You got to mind the market, guys. You've got to mind the market. Let's look at another pattern real quickly. We haven't discussed this too much. It is there. Okay. This is a long, drawn-out wedge. Just is. To the extent you're going to want to not use the triangulation. I've drawn this a few times before already. To the extent that we have just almost a pure channel, but it is constricted with an apex if you guys draw it all the way out. So we'll have that upside expectation in line with the return to this red line. That needs to be heavily respected. Just remember we talked about this top line resistance, okay? In line with this overall more general line of support macro. Boom, boom. 10,000, 29,750. Boom. Carry up. Okay? It's just a key level. And maybe on the daily. I guess the daily, yeah, the daily is the time frame where we get a little bit better of a read in terms of this being somewhat more like an ascending wedge. Not too, the lower time frame is a little bit difficult on it, but you can draw your ascending wedge on that daily just to know that is going on. Expectation would be typically to break to the downside on any ascending wedge, but we would think an ascending wedge would be more like that, something a little bit more angled up, right? It would not be, I don't know. It's close to an ascending triangle, not nearly as close as what we're immediately looking at though. So, as we look at the top side target of 46,823, we recognize that we're currently at a line of resistance. And the trick, right? Draw your trend lines, okay, from the instant price action. Just draw it. See what you guys can come up with. I guarantee you that's one way you can come up with a crucial line like this. Because guys, this is the number one line in Bitcoin right now. Let me see here. Let's see what we got. And just some technique in terms of putting that stuff, these specific lines together, the framework together, etc. Just pay attention to your lines. Pay attention to these upcoming lines of resistance. This is the critical one where we find ourselves now. And that's an important one. We have the upside targets. You guys know what they are. This specific line of resistance to resistance is a big line that's going to be respected, guys, relatively well by the markets. Getting up above it definitely can happen. A lot of traders are in the process or already have taken at that line, which we've been discussing. Okay, we've discussed it over the past several, I'd say, preceding hour plus that we've been live. And Angel just let me know. What's up? Appreciate that information, Angel. In terms of that line of resistance, you can just see buyers, sellers, traders stepping in for the take. And I had this little line right in here. You guys remember that, huh? As I get back into, if you want to disregard, you can pay attention to this. If you want to disregard any of the lines, you may do so. All right, let's look at the, let's brighten this back up. Remember when I told you guys to dismiss the lines that you want to. Okay, now in the framework of the preceding, let's get into where's our threshold. Okay, 30-minute time frame is where we're currently at in terms of a level of resistance. No? Hold on. I got to find it now. This is the idea. When you put it in the background, you may not be able to find it. Caution. Okay, on the 77-minute, on the hourly, it's just a lot of work, a lot of technical work. As we talk about it, I have it lined out essentially to the point of the, these are just, as you guys look at the opportunity to potentially trade on a 50x or a 20x or something else like that on a really compounded level of a margin, you'll start seeing why people are really, really aggressively tight on things. People will want to hit something, bam, bam, in and out. Just like that. When price goes up to it, bam, and bam, in and out. Okay? On more aggressive levels of price action. I don't recommend that you trade like that. I'm just telling you from some experience that these levels are important as you look at and construct price action. Now, some of you on your exchanges, it may not even be feasible that you begin to operate like that. Angel, brother, we miss you in the stream. I hope you're doing well. If you can join us again, it'd be great. Otherwise, we can stream later on or we'll cut some videos. Let me know. This is London. So I just shot that over to Angel on his cell phone. I think he is traveling, something along those lines. Not sure where he is. Maybe walking upstairs, or who knows. We put him in outer space, potentially. This specific line, just, you guys recall when I put this light one in the background here, and I guess it'll be up to you if you want to go refine the time frame, etc., and demarcate them all, right? This red line that we put here, essentially in the background, is the secondary, I'd say the secondary focus of where we're probably headed. It's a higher level. The more that we get in touch with this top level red line, I'm getting more, a little bit, paying a lot more attention to things, okay? Because it's been a difficult line. It is the primary support line to resistance. Just recently failed pretty heavily, okay? Let me get into this. What's on the daily? Where am I on the daily versus the 4-hourly? We have to hunt back through this. We went through a lot of different lines. So we have this scoped out. Unfortunately, it's hit my specific trend line of resistance. I don't think it's a deal breaker. I think it's part of the price action which is continuing to build. We're still short on our specific targets. So if it wants to disappoint, I don't know that we can call 10.25% to the upside of disappointment. A full completion of the targets for the bulls would be very much appreciated. It would be very much appreciated. It's been a long 100 plus days to the downside. So I know the bulls are ready to get back in full gear. We are clearly, so clearly out of that inverse head and shoulders on the line chart. And in terms of the specified, we got to get into this again. I do not want this to do this to me, but I'm going to go ahead and we're going to dig into the line, the candle wicks. Let's get into the candle wicks. Let me snap this down to, bam. You got to snap it to grid, guys. If you're not snapping to grid, you're losing this neckline. Guarantee you. You will lose that neckline if you don't snap it to grid, okay? Please snap that to grid. Promise me. If you do anything at all today, snap that neckline to grid. Use your magnet function on the left and power into on the 30-minute your specific candle wicks. Please do that on your handheld, on anything you're looking at. Just do it. Just entertain yourselves. Do that in terms of a trend line, not an inverse head and shoulder tool or the regular. It is the regular head and shoulder tool. Draw a trend line between them. Bam, bam. With that tool, hit the extend right line and take an exact look where you are at on the neckline. Okay? Explore a little bit on your trading view. Make sure that you can master that thing. Need you guys to be a #1 rated on that, right? You got to be. Hit that magnet tool. You draw the trend line. Bam, you initiate trend line to the secondary position on the magnet or on the candle wick, from wick to wick, maximums, those two pivots between the left shoulder, head, and right shoulder. It will demonstrate to you that, yes, we are up and above. We are out of the inverted head and shoulders reversal pattern. That's what we want. We need to set a candle on the framework of the 30-minute. We did. Hourly, preferable. The more time that you give something like this, the less reasonable it becomes, as you understand this, guys. Listen. As you start asking for or wanting, well, I want to set it on the daily outside of this, up and above the line of resistance. You may be gone, clear and gone by then. The 4-hour, they would say, I want to set a 4-hour candle below or above. You may be gone by the time that happens. Meaning the price action may be gone and away. So you need to be flexible, depending upon the severity of the price action, upon the levels of volatility. How much is the price moving? Are you in a kind of an accelerated mode where the price is just taking off? This is going to change your 4-hour preference to maybe a 1-hour preference. Depending upon where you're going at, it may be a 5-minute preference. You're on a hot shot going through a bull pennant. Hey, you're up and out. Boom. That may be a 1 minute. You may get a lot more detailed than that, guys. Right? So just tuck that away, because everyone will want to say, well, a 4-hour candle, though, daily candle, though. Okay. The weekly, the monthly. All right. If you're moving with the price, if you're trading, you're going to have to adjust those preferences at times. Fair enough. I think you guys will say fair enough on that. Hold on one second. All right. So. We are challenging that neckline again. Not what we want to see. It just happens to be what we are seeing. We brought up the Luna chart. Indeed. And the previous price action at this level on the right. 1, 2, 3. Before it formulated its bull flag. You guys see that little 1, 2, 3? And I brought this up for anyone who's paying attention. This is interesting, right? I brought this up a while back. It takes time for price to get there. It takes time for the price action to develop. This 1, 2, 3. Brought this up on Luna. It did this yesterday, right? Formulated bull flag up and out. So while we were in here, in this zone here, 1, 2, the 3 to the top, just to cover another example of price action, not that we would see conformance necessarily, just to open some sort of framework within you that, like, what could possibly happen here that you might not be prepared for. If you see a similarity, comparable in terms of the technicals, just always explore that. To the extent that it's going to conform to this, to Luna, I don't expect that with any reasonable degree of certainty. That's not why I'm doing it. If it does, phenomenal. And maybe phenomenal meaning it just doesn't happen that frequently. But if someone's going to show me an X on a board, as you can tell you guys, someone's going to show me an X or let's say what is this? Get off of that. If someone's going to show me a star on a board, okay, I see that star, it's worth, it created this much money. Okay, great. And then someone's going to say, okay, great. Now what for today? Well, here's a star on the board. Okay, great. Well, Luna was that star on the board yesterday. Huge price action. Nice move to the upside. Once it started getting going, once it was up there, it demonstrated this pattern framework. So in terms of looking at kind of the star on the board, Luna from yesterday, all right, and the pattern framework that it exhibited exactly like this, I'm going to pay attention to the stars that are putting cash together for people, okay? Different patterns, sure, but in terms of, well, that looks just like yesterday's star, so we're going to pay attention to it, guys. Easily said. No disagreements in this crowd. Looking at that breakout of the neckline, just going to take a little bit of work. Now, let's see if we are. I think we're doing okay right now. We have that level of resistance on the 30-minute carried down. We're essentially there at that level of resistance on the 30-minute line chart. Got to plug back into technicals, okay? And that's the current take on the market. Is this a strong enough level to where we will need to formulate something to get out up and above? Well, people just took. I always tell you guys, it's not a matter if you can make money in the market. You get crossed up with the question as to how much money you can make. It's not a matter if you can make money. You can make money. It's how much money you can make. How much money you can make. So, yes, traders just took. It's an interesting moment for Bitcoin. It's nice because we have that top line resistance. Pay attention. It's a nice moment, guys. Top line resistance. Boom. Hit. Boom. Here we go. Just a second. Let me lean into this. 44,500. This is a little bit funny. I have dogs running around me. 45,600. Here we go. To the 44,500. These specific hits here. Okay, 45.6, 44.5, boom. Right down into this current line of resistance. You guys draw your lines. It's a nice moment because of the following. You'll like this. We have an inverse head and shoulders. We've broken out of that head and shoulders on the line clearly. On the candle wicks, just barely on the candle wicks. So the framework is together for the traders right now. We got to bust through this zone right here. We got to get out up and above this. Because the guys on the candle wicks right now are like, man, we're about to capitulate this. I don't want to capitulate this neckline. You guys get this. We need to get up and out of this. We break that neckline. It's time to go. It's go time. 10%, 10.42%. We need to get going now. Yeah, we got another. People are trading this on the candle wicks. The more seasoned, probably the more seasoned traders on the candle wicks. The more precisely geared traders are probably on the candles. Then, boom, look at this. Yeah, we got to 46,823. We got another, it's time to get up and going. We got another 12% to roll up here. Boom, that's a nice move. Another 12%. That's another big day for Bitcoin. So that's the crux of the situation right now. And if you hop, skip, and a jump around this, I'm going to tell you, if you hop and skip and jump it up, if you do that too much with too many lines of resistance, you're going to chop yourself up. It's going to be real difficult. 10.5% to the upside right now, 41,659. Brought the bull flag in the back. Bull flag, bull flag is in line with, let's just make sure we're scheduled up on that price target for the flag. Conservative target. I'm a conservative on this. Let's see. Not too conservative. In line with technical expectations. That's conservatively expressed, guys. It's conservatively expressed at the, I'm just going to tell you guys, very conservatively expressed, technically soundly expressed as well at the 42,532. That is technically sound. That in terms of the target for that bull flag. So that's a sound target. Now that's 2.16% off of where we're currently at, and that's $581 away from where we got to. All right, we got up in price to, let's just measure this. We got up to 41,956, just about to 42,000. Okay, so just to about that 42,000. We got within $500 of that target, but that's some money on the board, right? But traders who traded already the bull flag may have locked in their profits, period. They may be happy. Maybe they say, these inverse head and shoulders haven't been playing real great. Maybe they got a big enough position that's a big enough home run for them. They're happy. No problem. Some people want to push. That's no problem. So that's why this is a nice moment right here for Bitcoin, because really, I'm going to say this. We need to get up and out of, and if you understand this specific triangulation here, then you are doing well in terms of your trading. If you understand that's above the neckline, if you understand it's up to the actual expression here of that 42,500, bam, and that we need to get up and above that. If you understand why that's a hot zone right here and why it needs to play to the upside, top line target of the bull flag here, 42.5. Relatively met, right? You understand why this is an important zone here to maintain price action and get that amplitude from the head to the neckline up to that 46,000, 46,000. Gentlemen, 46,000, that's a big move, guys. That's a big move. So if you understand why this is an important zone right here, it's just, this is what defines you as a trader. This is what gets you, this is why you trade, right? Not to hear the right answer, to look at your screen on your computer and decide if you want to take the money it's offering you right now or not. Very simple. Not to be told the right answer, the wrong answer, or this, that. Decide if it is offering you enough money. And if it's not, you had the decision to take your profits. And if you hit your low side target at 50% when we were live streaming, or you hit your other low side target, our low target in the market, this is just gravy, guys. You are in gravy. Like it's the gravy train. Literally. Now, if you're not hitting those targets, then you got a different ball game going on. It's a lot more difficult for you. Buy at support, sell at resistance. Trade your patterns and hit your targets. Hit your targets. Try and make your targets my targets. Try. Because I use the calculated targets from the market. Granted, my lower target was my lower target. It beat everybody else's target. Maybe that's part of the reason I say try and make your targets my targets. Just try it. If it doesn't work out, let's say this. Also use your targets. Let's use all of our targets. How about that? If you guys have different targets than me, you share them with me, because I want to use your targets too. I want to look at your targets. Deal? I just wouldn't say that, but lower target. Here. Big deal. Again, this target. Live. Very good. Some exposure. Just get some exposure. Had a nice bullish feature out of a lot of these things. When you start watching them, get plugged in the back. It's a bullish feature. Hey, looks like we're going up. This here last night caught you guys in the live stream. Had to catch you guys. Okay? In terms of that just looks a little bit better settled there, doesn't it? It just looks better settled. Let's discuss that, because last night I brought this to you in the pour down feature here, that buyers were stepping into the market. It was difficult to hold. They didn't really hold the line. It capitulated underneath and was a whipsaw and a half. Something is stepping into this market right now. Just in terms of my understanding of a typical price action, it seems like there's a button, like a go button, that's getting turned on, guys. Something's up, okay? Because when you lose a level like this, I trade a lot at lower levels. When you lose a level like this and pour down below it, and you lose that line there, let's say on the 30-minute, you kind of capitulate beyond, etc., and it just wants to pick back up. It's a nice thing to be a part of, right? You just see we set below that into a very clear bull pennant. Get your eyes on the price action. And then there was no stopping. We had a bear flag. Thing was, you never really tested beyond this level of prior resistance to support, or the level of support here. So to the extent, again, that you bought at support, you entered a position at support, you may say, well, I want to put all my money in support. Okay, well, I don't want you to. How about that? I don't want you to put all of your money in as support. I want you to put some money in as support. What happens if you fall through to another level of support? That happens. It's part of the market. So we're going to sit here and predict and talk about, well, tomorrow Ukraine's going to go this way or that way, and Putin will decide this for tomorrow. Guys, be reasonable, be rational. Cover your trades. Cover them. It's important. So we know where we are at. We know this hot zone. We know exactly this point of breakout in terms of the neckline, what we're trying to reinforce. We can confirm off that and get on up through this specific. I'm going to say this. In terms of your target, draw your target out for the bull flag. Draw it out. I anticipate you're going to have a bit, at least a bit, of some price action redevelop at that target. It's a natural take in the market. If you've taken already, congratulations. If you're re-entering at a lower level or scheduling back in, say you want to do, I'll leave that up to you in terms of how you guys want to reschedule back in. It's kind of alpha material. Alpha traders. Alpha. Percentage by which you beat the market. I'm going to shout out to Angel one more time, brother. I hope you're doing well. To all the VIPs and base campers, everybody who is out in terms of in the sunshine or the snow or wherever you're at, just be glad and happy with the things that you have today. Let's do that. Be glad that you have a good group here to plug into, and we'll feel fortunate for all of those good things that we have in 2022 and try to keep building on those good things. This is London with Crypto Kingdom Bitcoin Spike. Wanted to come to you with just some different pointers. You guys can rewatch portions of this. It has some tricks, some tools. I'd appreciate you guys rewatching it so I don't have to repeat the tricks and tools. That keeps it kind of exclusive. So go get them. Those of you who hit the target, congrats. What are you up right now? Let's just measure this. Not bad at all. You're currently up 20% in 4 days. Now, maybe it wasn't all the money in the world you could have thrown at this thing, but if you hit the target that we were at live, the 50% retracement, you have, on a 5L, you're well over doubling your money in the last 4 days. That's the idea, guys. You didn't hit this target, hit the next one. Didn't trade this pattern, trade the next one. Yeah, you didn't buy at support this time, buy next time. You didn't sell at support this time, maybe you're just in the mode that the balance of all of those strategies has worked out to where you're well in the money. You don't have to right now. Just always remember, you're the one looking at the screen. You're going to decide you want to take the money the market's offering you right now or not. Right? We'll talk more later, guys. May do another stream later tonight. May just do that. I may cut another tape as well for anyone else who wants an update, quick and easy. This is London. You guys have a great day.